When you focus on what you're thankful for, even in the middle of difficulties, you train your brain to see hope and light. This consistent practice rewires your perspective, helping you remain uplifted regardless of circumstances. Renewing your mind isn't a one-week challenge, it's a lifelong habit. The small daily actions of feeding your mind with positivity lead to massive internal change. Over time, this becomes your natural state, where you don't have to force positivity, you embody it. And once your mindset transforms, your life inevitably follows. Our mind is not a static tool. It is a dynamic, ever-evolving part of us that absorbs, processes, and reacts to everything we experience. Just like our physical body needs rest, food, and movement to function at its best, our mind needs constant care, clarity, and direction to stay strong. When we neglect this daily renewal, our thoughts become cluttered with yesterday's doubts, fears, and frustrations. And over time, that mental weight accumulates, slowing us down, distorting our self-image, and diminishing our drive. Renewing your mind daily is like pressing a mental reset button. I'll say it gives you the opportunity to let go of the emotional baggage you may have carried overnight. It allows you to challenge the limiting beliefs that may have crept in subconsciously. It clears the mental fog and invites fresh perspective. Without this renewal, you risk repeating unproductive thought patterns that sabotage your progress and happiness. This isn't just about feeling good, it's about developing a powerful mindset that can face reality with strength and purpose. A renewed mind is not easily shaken by negativity. It doesn't react impulsively or drown in stress. Instead, it pauses, reflects, and chooses responses aligned with growth and wisdom. This kind of mindset is cultivated, not inherited, and the only way to build it is through consistent daily effort. Think of it like charging your phone. No matter how powerful your device is, if you don't plug it in regularly, it eventually shuts down. Your mind is no different. Each morning is a chance to recharge your mindset with thoughts that uplift, empower, and energize you. Whether it's through meditation, prayer, affirmations, journaling, or simply sitting in silence and setting intentions, taking time each day to renew your mind is one of the most important disciplines you can practice. Your thoughts are not just invisible ideas floating in your head. They are powerful forces that shape your attitude, your behavior, your decisions, and ultimately, the life you experience. Every action you take begins as a thought. Every goal you chase, every fear you avoid, every relationship you build or break, all of it is rooted in the way you think. This is why the quality of your thoughts directly influences the quality of your life. When your mind is filled with negativity, self-doubt, and fear, your perception of the world becomes clouded. You begin to focus on limitations rather than possibilities. You question your worth, second-guess your potential, and unconsciously expect failure. As a result, you may avoid opportunities, settle for less than you deserve, or attract toxic patterns that reflect your inner narrative. This becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. Because you believe you can't, you don't. On the other hand, when you train your mind to think positively, your perspective shifts. You begin to see challenges as lessons rather than setbacks. You see opportunities where others see obstacles. You believe in your ability to grow, to improve, and to overcome. And because you expect more from life, you act accordingly. You show up with confidence, you take bold steps, you attract growth-oriented people, and you begin to move in alignment with your highest potential. This transformation doesn't happen overnight, and it isn't about forcing fake positivity. It's about consciously choosing empowering thoughts that uplift you, even in the middle of difficult circumstances. It's about recognizing that while you can't always control what happens to you, you can control how you interpret and respond to it. And that response begins with your thinking. What you repeatedly tell yourself becomes your internal script. That script becomes your belief system, and your belief system shapes the actions you take, which ultimately define your future. So if you want to change your life, you must start by changing your thoughts. Renew them, reshape them, and fill them with purpose, because your thoughts are the architects of your reality. The way you speak to yourself when no one is listening has a profound impact on your inner world. Self-talk, the internal conversation that runs through your mind daily, can either be your greatest source of encouragement or your most destructive critic. While most people are careful with how they speak to others, many are unaware of the damaging language they use toward themselves. Negative self-talk often creeps in quietly. I'm not good enough. I always mess things up. Or, oh, why would anyone care about what I have to say? These phrases may seem harmless, but over time, they chip away at your confidence, self-respect, and emotional resilience. Positive self-talk is not about lying to yourself or pretending everything is perfect. It's about becoming your own ally, especially in moments when life is challenging. When you replace harsh criticism with gentle support, your inner world begins to shift. Telling yourself, I'm doing my best, I have the strength to get through this, or every step forward matters, creates an internal atmosphere of support rather than sabotage. This kind of self-talk strengthens your ability to bounce back from adversity, remain calm under pressure, and stay focused on growth instead of defeat. Inner strength doesn't always come from external validation or achievements. It's built internally through the daily habit of speaking kindly, wisely, and compassionately to yourself. Just as a coach inspires an athlete with affirming words, you must become the coach of your own mind. The more often you affirm your value, remind yourself of your abilities, and encourage yourself through difficulties, the stronger your inner foundation becomes. Over time, positive self-talk creates a resilient mindset. It equips you to face criticism without crumbling, to confront fear without freezing, and to pursue goals with a sense of purpose instead of pressure. It's a discipline that rewires your internal narrative from one of lack to one of strength. And the stronger your internal narrative, the more you begin to act with clarity, courage, and conviction in the world around you. How you begin your day often determines how the rest of it unfolds. The first thoughts you entertain, the first emotions you feel, and the first actions you take in the morning set the tone, energy, and mindset for everything that follows. That's why starting the day with intention is not just a motivational cliche. It is a practical and powerful habit that can shift your entire life experience. And when you wake up and immediately reach for your phone, check notifications, or get lost in the chaos of social media or emails, you are giving away your mental space to the outside world before you've even had the chance to center yourself. This reactive start often leads to stress, comparison, anxiety, and mental clutter that lingers throughout the day. But when you start your day with clarity and purpose, you reclaim control. You choose how you want to feel. You decide what you will focus on. You set the emotional and mental frequency you wish to carry. This can be as simple as spending a few quiet moments in reflection, practicing gratitude, reading an inspiring passage, setting a meaningful goal, or speaking affirmations over your life. These few minutes of intentional focus at the beginning of the day create a ripple effect that impacts every decision, interaction, and thought that follows. Intentional mornings empower you to act from a place of calm rather than chaos. They help you align with your values and prepare you mentally for whatever challenges may come. When you begin with positivity, you are less likely to be rattled by negativity. When you start with purpose, you are more likely to make progress. You approach people with patience, your tasks with motivation, and your problems with perspective. Moreover, starting your day with intention builds discipline and self-respect. It sends a powerful message to your subconscious mind that your mental well-being matters, that you're worth the time and attention it takes to create a strong inner foundation. Over time, this daily practice doesn't just improve your mornings, it transforms your identity. You no longer drift through life reacting to what happens. Instead, you become someone who leads their life with awareness, direction, and grace, starting from the very first moment you wake up. Your mind is like a sponge. It absorbs whatever it's exposed to regularly. Yeah. But adopting this way of thinking isn't a one-time shift. It's a continual daily practice that requires awareness, humility, and courage. Every day presents new experiences, some of which may trigger self-doubt, fear of failure, or the urge to give up. Whether you keep a gratitude journal, say a silent thanks in the morning, or simply pause to acknowledge the goodness in your life. These small acts compound into a larger shift in how you experience the world. Practicing gratitude daily also transforms how you view yourself and others.